Hello and welcome to Namaste Thunder Bay. My name is Kelly Rooney and I'm going to guide you through a 25-minute yoga practice today. Normally when we come together for yoga, I map out what I want to share with you, and I do that for quite a few reasons. One of the reasons is because I want to remember what it is that I'm working toward. Sometimes we build one posture on top of another in order to open up and loosen up the body in order to prepare for a more challenging pose. Other times I write things down that I want to share with you so that I can remember to share different things with you each time. And today I have a very different approach, and a big part of my yoga journey has been, and for anyone can be, about exploring yourself. It's a journey to yourself, through yourself in yoga. So today my intention is to share with you a practice that I have done zero preparation for. So I'm coming onto the mat, I'm going to take time to center into my body, and then I'm going to let my knowledge of yoga guide me into sharing what is needed today for me to share with you. So if you already have your yoga mat and you're set up and ready, great, we can get started. If you need a moment, go and grab those things and come back. You can use a towel, a blanket, a yoga mat, and if that's not available to you and you want to do it seated, feel free to stay seated and join in with whatever you can do. A big part of our yoga journey is listening to our body. I might be teaching, but your body is truly the guide to what you need. Your body knows how to do yoga with or without me. So listen to yourself and use that inner knowledge to help guide you. So wherever you are, however you would like to center in today, we want to take a bit of time to follow our breath. So you might want to close your eyes or lower your gaze to start focusing in on your own breath. And one of the things that we like to do at the beginning of practice is observe our breath without judging it and without trying to change it. Just noticing it. I like to notice if my breath is short and choppy or long and smooth. Take notice of the space in your body that you feel contracting and expanding with your breaths. Noticing if you can hear the sound of your own breath. Seeing if you can notice the sound of your breath, feel the actual air coming in and out of your nose. And now that we've started to center into our bodies just by observing our breath, we'll take it one step further by directing our breathing. We're going to use a 4-part count today. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 4, hold at the top of the breath for a count of 4, exhale to a count of 4, and then hold empty without any air for 4. So breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Continue on, follow the rhythm of your count, breathing in, holding, exhaling, holding. Continue on. Each part a rhythm of 4 count. Continue on. When you've finished your next exhale and a count of 4 holding while you're empty of all breath, then release the practice and breathe naturally. Try and keep the eyes closed or the gaze lowered. Take notice of any physical sensations in the body. This is a really good time to set your intention for your time on the mat today. Intention setting can be very important in your yoga practice. It can also be a really good practice in your day-to-day life. Might be a great idea to consider, if you haven't already tried it, to set an intention at the beginning of every day. And then as you go through your day, touch base with that thought. See if you're living in alignment with your intention. That's what we're going to do here for this time on the mat. With our intention set, let's use a cleansing breath to get started. A deep breath in through the nose. Let it all out through the mouth. In through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. One more time. If your eyes are closed, you can flutter your eyelids open. We'll get ready to start moving our body. So, keeping your arms at your sides, having a nice tall spine. Your legs can be crossed or straight ahead or seated in a chair. It's up to you. Let's breathe in and draw our hands up overhead and look up to our hands. Exhale, draw the hands down to the side. In time with your breath. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale up overhead. Interlace the fingers together and press the palms up toward the ceiling, taking your gaze up toward your hands. If the shoulders are up by the ears, try and relax the shoulder blades down the back. On your next deep inhale, relax the fingers, let them come apart and float down slowly as you exhale. I'm going to loosen up the neck by taking small semicircles from side to side. And with each of these movements, make sure to move at the pace that feels right to you. It might be slow, it might be a quick movement side to side. It might be just halfway, or it might be a full circle if that's what feels good in your neck. Coming up to neutral when you're ready. We're going to take the left foot and tuck it over by the right hip. And we're going to take the right foot, and if it's available, you can place it on the other side of the left knee. If it's not, you can leave it where it was. You'll just get a deeper stretch if you bring it to the other side. Now we're going to inhale to lengthen the spine, and then take the left elbow to the outside of the knee and twist and look away over your shoulder. You can stretch out the left hand. Lowering the hand down and coming back to neutral. I'm going to take the right foot, and if it's available, you can bring the foot over toward the left hip, stacking the knees one on top of another. Now, if that's not available in your body, or if you need a prop or a pillow, feel free to use them just to support your body. We want to allow ourselves a moment to align the spine. Make sure that the hips are even, the sits bones are engaged. Taking a nice long, tall spine, straight neck. Moment to relax and loosen into this posture. And then we'll help guide the right foot back to the other side of the left knee, planting it down over by our hip. We're going to open the left leg open to the side. And again, you might need to shift to find your way so that you have your right foot planted, knee bent, left leg extended out beyond you. Now you can take the left hand over to the right heel, the right ankle, and take your right hand up into the air and begin to draw the fingertips over toward the toes. Only working within your own range of motion. Feeling a beautiful stretch through the right side of the body. Coming up slowly, we're going to switch to the other side. This time bringing our right foot over toward our left heel, drawing the left foot up and over the knee if it's available, otherwise it stays over here. Then taking your right elbow to the outside of the knee, drawing the spine tall and long. Extend the fingers, take the gaze over your shoulder, working your way into the twist. And coming out of the twist back to neutral, we're going to draw the left foot over toward the right hip, trying to stack the legs one on top of another. One side might be more challenging than the other. Remember to touch base with your intention. See if you can learn something during the process if it is more challenging. When you're here, you want a nice tall spine, long neck, bringing your attention to your breath. And as we prepare to transition, we're going to be drawing the left foot back over to the other side, planting the left foot down. We're drawing the right foot out to the side. Make sure you shift on the sits bones so that your pelvis is tilted forward. And take the right hand over toward the left ankle, drawing your left hand up into the air. And easing to the side, bringing the left hand over toward the right toes. Trying to keep the chest open to the side. Feeling a nice deep stretch through the left side of the body this time. Coming back up slowly, bringing the right foot in. We're going to press up onto our toes for balance. So, finding yourself up on your toes, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, balancing on your feet. And then bringing your fingertips down to the floor, you can draw yourself up into a forward fold, keeping a slight bend in the knees if you need to. Allow yourself to hang here. I'll turn to the side so you can see it's not about how straight your legs are. It's about folding forward from the waist rather than from the neck. We don't want to be here with straight legs. If you need to, draw the knees into a bent and then bring the torso down. You want to be able to relax the head and neck. You want to feel the weight coming forward from the waist, not from the upper back. And then when you're ready, we're going to begin drawing ourselves up one vertebrae at a time so that our head is the last to come up. And you'll find yourself standing on your mat. We're going to prepare for going into our yogi squat. So for our yogi squat, you want to take your feet about hip width apart, maybe slightly more. You want to turn your heels in, and then you want to begin to draw your tailbone down toward the mat without letting your tailbone go out to the side. I'll turn to the side just to show improper and proper alignment. So you want your tailbone to go down toward the floor rather than out toward the back. So in to your yogi squat, and wherever your yogi squat ends, that's perfectly fine. There's no right or wrong other than making sure that we're finding a safe and comfortable way to come in and out of postures. So if you can come into your yogi squat quite deep and you want to place your hands together for Anjali Mudra, you can. It's a nice way to be able to press the thighs away, feel a little bit of space and maintain connection between the hands. Now that we're there, we're going to open our hands up, draw them to either side of the right knee, extend the left foot out to the side, and then we're going to wave through the toes, igniting all the muscles, working the tendons. And then plant the left foot down and walk the hands across, releasing the right foot so that you can wave away with the toes on the right. Plant the right foot down and walk back, extending the left foot. And again, like everything with our practice, moving back and forth at the pace that makes sense for you. For some people, this feels good to take their time and move slowly. For others, they actually enjoy swinging back and forth. So listen to your body. And also, if you prefer, rather than using your fingertips to walk back and forth, if you want to make it more challenging, you can bring your hands to Anjali Mudra and make it a balanced position as well. We're going to come up and out of this pose by stopping in the center, drawing our hips up into the air for a forward fold. And then you can come up with your hands on your hips, coming up to a straight back. Or if you prefer, you can come up slowly, one vertebrae at a time through a rounded back. And heel toe together. And we'll move to the front of the mat to begin a sun salutation, something that I love to incorporate and have as part of my everyday routine. So starting near the top of your mat with your hands at your sides, nice tall spine, inhale the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, open the hands wide to the side and lead with the heart coming down like a swan dive. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. And exhale, plant your hands down and walk or step your feet back to plank. In your plank pose, take a breath in and exhale, coming down slowly through chaturanga. And inhale up for cobra. Exhale, pressing up and back to downward dog. Downward dog, we want to make sure the hands are firmly planted. The hips are up in the air. And feel the tailbone lifting up, belly button drawn in toward the spine, and heart sinking down toward the mat. We can hop or walk our feet toward our hands. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Coming up one vertebrae at a time, going right into the next one. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, coming down to plank. Reminder, in your plank, you can lower your knees down if you need to. You just want to make sure you keep a nice straight spine as you lower down as you exhale. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale up and back to downward dog. Hop or walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Coming up one vertebrae at a time, we'll do the last one in silence. The visual cues are here for you. On the final one, bring your hands overhead, palms together, sink them down to heart center. Take a full breath in, let it all out. Inhale, drawing your hands up overhead into a slight back bend. Exhale, bringing the hands down in front of the body into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, stepping your left foot back. Then your right foot back into downward dog. Wave through the body into your plank pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, up for cobra. Exhale, pressing up and back to downward dog. We're going to take 3 to 5 deep breaths here in our downward dog. So again, visualize tailbone lifting up, heart sinking down, belly button in toward the spine, fingertips active on the mat. Bend in the knees if you need it. On your next inhale, raise the right leg for three-legged dog. Bring it forward and plant it close to your hands. You can pick it up and shuffle it forward if you need to. Then step the left foot next to the right. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Draw the palms of the hands together, coming up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, bringing the hands through heart center. Extend beyond for a back bend. And sink them down to heart center. Take a full breath in. Let it all out. Hands down to your sides. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, stepping back to plank. From plank, lift your hips up and back for downward dog. Take a deep breath in your downward dog. Bringing your knees down to the mat. Take the big toes together. Sink the hips back toward the heels. You can bring the forehead down to the mat, or you can create a pillow out of your hands. We're going to take our energy into our breath in our child's pose. If you prefer, you can wrap your arms around the body. We're going to finish our practice here today, sinking into your child's pose, hearing the sound of your own breath. Noticing where you feel your body expanding and contracting as you breathe. Letting go of any tension. Coming up and out of your child's pose when you're ready. Into a seated position with your feet crossed if that's available to you. If not, legs straight is fine, just tall spine. To close our practice, we'll bring our hands to our heart center. We do this to remind ourselves to lead with our heart. We bow our head toward our hands to let our mind know it's okay to surrender. Namaste Thunder Bay.